Johnny Sharp? Who? Johnny Sharp? Why don't you make yourself known? Mighty pretty, Johnny. Well, you played good, boy. John, hadn't we ought to talk a little business now, though? You ought to get out of the sun, mister. Get your brains out of that way.
I'll risk it.
Like a little coffee?
No, thanks. You doing some hunting?
Gun went off accidentally.
5 times, accidentally? A pistol shot ahead of it. Whose accident was that? You got somebody holed up in there?
Somebody.
Personal, is it?
No, not exactly. Gunman named Johnny Sharp. I seen him right in here, fell off his horse, crawled in there on his hands and knees. Probably dying right now. I've been trying to talk him out of in there. Figure he might need a little help.
So, why don't you give it to him?
Something for something, mister. But that ain't my own flesh in there. I ain't beholden. Figure if Johnny Sharp wants a bullet pulled out of him or a hole plugged up, well, that's the service rendered. I do that for pay.
And the price?
Well, I ain't unreasonable, mister. You see, I let the customer put the price tag on his own carcass. Let him figure out what it's worth. In case of Johnny Sharp in there, I ain't been able to talk business with him yet. He's a lean, tough cowboy, awful hard to kill off. He's hard-nosed now because he don't believe in dying. But I got a nose for things like that. Just like them up there.
Vulture's instinct, huh? With a little touch of the hyena to round out the image. Anybody ever tell you that you were a prince of a guy?
Mister, in there, we got us a hurt animal in a trap. When the animal dies, why, you don't hold no funeral for him. You just skin off the pelt. That's what I've been waiting to do for a day and a night. All I got out of Johnny Sharp so far is just a little guitar music and a spit in the eye. But it ain't gonna be long now.
Mr. Sharp, my name's Colton, William Colton. If you heard, I'd like to help you. I heard your guitar strings and I heard the hammer on your gun. I'd count it a favor if the next thing I heard was a word or two as to whether or not you wanted some help. For free.
You wasting your time, mister. He's loony. He'd rather get eat up by the buzzards than take somebody's hand.
Your hand, maybe. Because it's 5 claws.
Mr. Fat I am, and there's nobody gonna build no statue to me. But there's just so much that I can take from a passing stranger, and then I gotta give back.
Yeah, fat you are. That we can check off quite properly. If you want to cut pelts, mister, you find yourself a dead animal.
You just walk right on in there, mister. You just walk right on in with your head high.
If I start walking toward you now, what'll I get for my troubles?
You just walk on in, mister.
Mr. Sharp, I don't know if you can see me or not, but my hand is a good distance from my gun.
I see it. What about Pearson? How many feet behind you is he?
He's outside with the vultures. That's the thing with carrion. They generally pick the same nests.
Oh, but you're not that kind, I mean, you'll give an inch or two, won't you, without holding your hand out?
I'll give an inch or two if I'm allowed.
It'll be far enough, Mr. Colton. Right where you are. So if there's to be talk, this distance ought to do it. Close enough for you to see me, and close enough for me to kill you if that's what's called for.
You got a bullet inside you? Broken leg, maybe? Fat man Pearson out there says that you fell off your horse.
Got the hungers, he had. He figures I got cash holed up someplace. Wants it bad. A fat man with an itch. Fat man with an itch. Fat man with an itch. Fat man with the hunger. He can walk it like a cat if he thinks there'll be a saucer at the other end. When I finally buy it, Mr. Colton, you're gonna see that fat man wail like a coyote at a full moon. Because I'm not gonna tell him anything about what I got holed up. Or where it's holed up. Or if it's holed up. That information I got inside my bones. And that goes where the body goes. Which is right here. Hey, you wanna hear some music, Mr. Colton?
Want my little music? I'd like to ask you a question first, though.
Oh, well, ask away.
Anybody ordained why you have to leave the earth this afternoon? Or tonight, or sometime soon? Bullet can always get cut out. Broken bone could take a splint. Tell me, young Mr. Sharp, what's the rush?
I never could remember that part. I always get to this one certain thing, I just can't remember the rest of it. I didn't say I was in a rush. It's just that I have been around some, and I know all the symptoms. I know when it's time to stop wishing and start praying. And since I don't know any prayers, I just figured I'd go the best way I know how. Fact is, Mr. Colton, I'm beyond any kind of help now. Now, Pearson out there, he knows that. But what he don't know is that I'm going to kick my foot through this guitar. And I'm going to break this gun on that wall. And all that'll be left of him will be a cheap suit of clothes that don't fit him. Oh,
the clock and all is well, Pearson. The man still breathes and the heart still beats. But if boredom gives you any discomfort, I'd love you to walk in here. I guarantee you won't be bored.
Oh, no, I'm a patient man, Johnny Sharp. Real patient. I don't get bored easy.
Well, now he won't have to be patient much longer. And you won't have to be so charitable. Be on your way, Mr. Colton. I'm getting less and less sociable as the hours go by and the sun gets higher.
As the hours go by and the sun gets higher, your friend out there is getting less and less patient. 1 minute after I ride out of sight, he'll be swooping down from his perch. You're running out of muscle, Johnny Sharp. If you don't take to a doctor, at least accept somebody else's right arm, huh?
Be on your way, Mr. Colton. Just one question. Is it getting darker in here? The sun go behind a cloud or something?
Sun's heading for high noon, Johnny. It's brighter than it ever was.
Oh, that's funny. I could have sworn it was getting to be night.
Hey, Golden. Hey. Golden, I got a fire out here. Hey, Golden. Hey, you hear me? Listen, I got a fire.
Johnny, the sun is almost down. Pearson's got a fire.
I told you it was getting darker. I told you should have left.
I recall. Pearson's got a campfire outside. Want to go out there and get warm, huh?
I'm not cold. At least I'm not cooler than I was. I got a kind of a funny feeling. It's like somebody was covering me up with a blanket. And my fingers are all kind of tingling. And I'm feeling kind of sleepy. Hey, is this what scares people so much? I'm not scared at all. I done quite a bit of talking today, haven't I, Mr. Colton? Story of my life, and that's some life, wasn't it?
Some life. And it's not through yet.
Tell me something, Mr. Colton. Here you sit on a cold rock floor, just listening to a stranger. Santa Fe, is that what you heard? What makes a man chop a day out of his life and just give it away for free to just any punk unlucky enough to have to pick that day for dying?
Santa Fe will be there tomorrow, the next day. And you're not just any punk, Johnny. Among other things, you play a good guitar. You tell a pretty fair story.
Did you hear any of them? The ones I told you?
I heard him.
I was 14 years old when I killed my first man. I tell you that?
You told me.
And the rest of them? 12 or 13 by my count. I filled up some graves at my time, Mr. Colton. I really have. Hey, You suppose that they're up there waiting for me? Hmm? I mean, you think you'll be a clerk of some kind that keeps the records? Who'd put something on a bulletin board? To whom it may concern. John J. Sharp will be with us tonight. All those with a debt to pay back be at the front gate when he rides in.
Why don't you bring the lad out? Let him lie down by the fire.
What if he let me? Wants to stay in there.
You sure do roll over, Colton. Why, that kid ain't got strength enough to cock the hammer on his gun, let alone squeeze off a shot. Shoot, you could drag him right out here by the hair of his head, and he couldn't do nothing about it.
He wanted to stay in there. I'll stay with him as long as he wants me to. The cold notwithstanding. With that artillery that you fondle.
You know something, Colton? This here is an awful waste of time for the both of us. So why can't we come to some kind of agreement?
What's the agreement?
Well, you've been listening to that kid all day long, and I know that he's got a couple of banks to his credit and at least 2 stages, and someplace he's got to have a lot of money stashed away. Now, I just don't see how that kid can talk to you all day long without him giving you some sort of clue as to where it is. Well, why don't you just tell me what he told you, and we can split.
We might as well have it out now. When that boy dies, I'm taking him into town with me. I don't know about the dirt in his hands and face, but I'm delivering him just the way I found him.
Colton! Colton! I'm here, Johnny.
Don't let him touch him. Don't let him touch any part of me. I can't die dirty. That's all that's left.
Dead, is he?
Beyond you now.
Fair game now. Fair game, Colton.
You're pointing a rifle too low, but don't move it. Because in the 1 second it takes for you to raise it, I'll put a bullet between your eyes. That's good thinking.
Well, didn't he have nothing on him? What, like a couple of bills? A ring? Or nothing? He must have had something. He just must have.
He had 25 years. He talked about them at great length and in some detail. That's right. Cry, Pearson, cry. Somebody ought to give up some tears tonight.
bombing or the deluxe funeral service? You're just dropping him off.
In the back?
For the time being. So shall you reap, or something like that.
You know him?
Know him. Johnny Sharp. John J. Sharp. 25 years of age. Height 5'9", weight 174 pounds. Small half-moon scar in his right cheek. Beardless, blue eye. About an hour away from rigor mortis. Died about 3 hours ago, didn't he?
Just about. Found him up by an old salt mine.
Still alive? Just expiring, or like this?
We had a talk, Mr. Sharp and I.
Well, that must have been an enlightening conversation. Well, that was like him. He was a planner. Johnny Sharp never wasted one moment of his life. He was a precise scientist, mathematician in the art of preparing for life's eventualities. Well, you've done your job, mister. You can ride into town and get drunk. Or something. I'll prepare the mortal remains of Mr. Sharp for consignment into Mother Earth. Oh, there are a few people who should hear about this. When you go into town, you might mention that the young lad is passed on.
To the following people. Paul Philby, Harry Beneke, Peggy Woodward. Yeah. Mr. Sharp and I had quite a chat. These are the people that he wanted notified. Them and you. He told me to have the four of you here in your parlor.
Really? Why?
A planner. That's what you call him, isn't it? Well, he told me to tell you, Doc, that at 11 o'clock tonight from that slab in there, he'd pay back the one who killed him. Well?
Well, if Johnny Sharp says that he's coming back from the dead, we better see that the lamps are lit to light his way. Would you ride on into town now and collect these three people? They'll come. They've all been waiting for this.